Greetings from Golf Scorecards Incorporated. In this short 3-minute video, we'll go over everything you need to know about fonts on your scorecard. You'll learn how big it needs to be, what font styles to use, and why it's important to have a high contrast between the font color and the background color. First off, fonts are easy. The main thing is to make sure your font size is large enough. 10.5 points or above is good. Also remember to have a high contrast between the font color and the background color. Nobody can read a dark blue font on a black background. You want to either use a dark font with a light colored background or a light font on a dark colored background. Generally, a dark font on a light background is easier to read though. Now you need to decide what font to use. There are a dizzying number of font styles out there. Luckily, all of them can be broken down into 4 different families: serif fonts, sans serif fonts, decorative fonts, and script fonts. We almost never use decorative or script fonts because they can be difficult to read. The real choice you'll have to make is between serif and sans serif fonts. Serif fonts are fonts with little decorative flourishes at the top and bottom of each letter. Here are 2 of our favorite serif fonts, Gaudi and Garamond. Sans serif fonts are simply fonts without those little flourishes. 2 sans serif fonts we use a lot are Gil Sans and Avant-Garde. When you're choosing a font, readability is the top priority. These 2 grids are the same except for the font. As you can see, the one on the left is much more readable than the one on the right. People go back and forth on whether serif or sans serif fonts are more readable. In the end, we recommend just going with whatever font the rest of your marketing materials are written in, or one that is similar. Whatever font you end up using, remember to keep it legible. That means at least 10.5 points in size with a high contrast between the font color and the background color. In this section, we went over what fonts to use on your scorecard. Here are 3 things to keep in mind as we wrap up this section. First, make sure your font size is large enough. Anything smaller than 10.5 points is going to be difficult to read. Next, make sure there's a good contrast between the font color and the background color. Finally, keep the font consistent with the rest of your marketing material. What you just saw was an excerpt from our larger scorecard design video, where we go over everything from arranging your grid to sending color information to your designer. You can see the full video on our website or by visiting our YouTube channel. Of course, if you have questions about a subject not included in this video or would like more information about a certain topic, feel free to email us at info@golfscorecards.com, call 800-238-7267, or check out our website at golfscorecards.com.